this is Wasabi, welcome to the channel. This is a battle on the Sand River map in the Chinese Tier 6 light tank, the 5916 Tech Tree tank. We're on the north spawn and we're going to go to the middle of the north side of the map. It's a good hill there with good reverse slopes that light tanks can use to pop over and light up tanks. So we're just going to show a few light tank tactics on this map. It's a fairly short battle, but hopefully you'll learn a few tips out of this. So as we're heading, we've got optics installed on this tank, so we've got a reasonable view range. We're not expecting to camp bush and need to use binos, so optics is the better choice in that respect. We spotted a Chi-Ri out in the distance, just to indicate what the view range of this light tank is. So we crest here and we expect to see tanks coming up in the distance, and that's what they're doing. Some of those are heading to the north. What we want to do is just keep lighting them up, so firstly so the arty can get a chance to aim in on them, and secondly to give the team an idea of where the enemy are going. So we end up getting spotted out of that, and we just move out of position in case arty are on the other side of trying to target us. So just as they go dark, we know we've gone dark, and we'll just keep spotting them if we can. So we spot an OI in the distance, and this time we spot 1357. Now that might have been what was lighting us up in the first place, so again we'll just do a few random patterns to prevent arty predicting where we're going to go. You see our shot came in, which we successfully avoided. So again, we'll just keep coming up here and lighting the tanks. This time we notice they're quite a lot closer, in fact very close. So we're going to take that as a signal to basically bug out and head over to the other side of the map. So there's two M44s on the other side of the team. One of them managed to just splash near us just to lightly stun the crew, so that wears off without having to use a repair kit, which is useful. We'll just keep moving over here. The original intent I thought was to perhaps go and spot the other tanks, but as I get there I notice that they're fairly well advanced down that line. They don't really need a great deal of help. So I'm going to come back and try and keep lighting up the middle of the map. So definitely some tanks in the distance being spotted up. We've got some tanks right up in the north who are going to get overwhelmed. This is pretty much a Logan train type effect on both sides. But the aim of the light tank is really just to try and keep spotting up so that the artillery and any tank destroyers or other tanks that might be in better sniping positions can take shots at them. We'll just put a shot in on the turret with the T29 there, but this is a fairly weak gun and not unexpected that it would bounce off. So we're spotting a KV-85 and a Chi-Ri up right in the north, so we're just going to try and harass them a bit with some fire. Don't quite lead enough on the KV-85, so that one misses. And that sort of indicates that the shell velocity on this standard round is not that fantastic. I don't really check the stats, but you get the idea. Then we spot the Chi-Ri up on the ridge there. He's not looking at us, but he does turn around and ends up putting a lucky shot in that just clips our lower front plate, kills the driver. So we'll just pull back, deploy the repair kit, for the med kit for the driver, just so that we don't lose any manoeuvrability, and we'll just go dark again and spot up. Yeah. Now in this instance we've also spotted a Cromwell that's gone through our camp area and trying to come around behind our tanks, so we get some damage out of him. Not a great shot there which missed, and then finally one that finishes the tank off. So at this point our base is getting capped, even though we've got an advantage in tanks, but we've got a lot of tanks about to hit their cap area. So what we're going to do is try and keep our cap lit up, and we've got our arties moved well away so that they can target back to their reset. So at this point with that bush not getting lit, so again this is a good strong position for a light tank in this part of the map. We could continue to harass that Chi-Ri, but at this point we're more concerned about the cap getting reset. to make sure that they don't camp us out, even though we've got an advantage in terms of tanks. So we're not shooting at this point, we're really just lighting them up. And we don't have any great shots, but we do get lit because of this P43 that's come up, and he's got tunnel vision, so he hasn't noticed us. We'd be in a pretty bad position if he kept pushing over the top of us. He's got a lot more hit points, and we've got basically zero armor, about 30 millimeters and 40 millimeters, so not really going to bounce anything in terms of that tank. So here our tank's capping, our team is capping, I should say, and they managed to get it done. So again, fairly short match. We get patrol duty out of that. We get nearly 3,000 hit points of assisted damage through spotting, and we end up top XP on the team, although not a huge amount of XP, but just illustrates that light tanks can have a real advantage in games like this. So all in all, pretty good result. It was our first win for the day, so we got the 50k bonus on the credits as well from the premium account, and that's about it. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you learned something. Come back to the channel again.